One instance in the morning, I was a fully qualified captain in DC-10 in every way. And that same day, I was fighting for my life at the Med in Memphis, Tennessee, because I had been critically injured.
Center, emergency.
Aircraft with emergency, say again.
Express 705. I've been wounded. We've had an attempted takeover on board the airplane. Give me a Victor, please. Back to Memphis at this time. Hurry.
Express 705, flying 0905, direct Memphis.
One day you're at the top of your game, 42 years old, captain in the DC-10, check airman. Everything's going great. The next thing you know, you're fighting for your life. So.
Listen. Hey, center. Center, give me a heading to Memphis.
Express 705, fly heading of 090 Vector, direct Memphis.
090. Roger, this is an emergency.
Express 705 to 7 maintain 10,000.
You know you're hurt, but you don't know how you're going to get out of the situation.
705, you're eastbound at this time, and it'll be about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Look, just keep talking to me, okay?
Express 705, affirmative. Need an ambulance, stand by. We'll get that for you.
Okay, we need an ambulance, and we need armed intervention as well.
One minute I had it, and the next minute it had been stripped from me. And I didn't know exactly what the outcome was going to be as well. I was really too busy, fighting for my life.
Everybody has been injured.
All three of us were horribly injured. Two of us were critical. One of us was serious before our assailant shed the first drop of blood.
There's one person that lost it. The jump seat passenger is the one that attacked the crew.
So here we are. The three of us very badly injured and having to go up against a guy who's my size and weight, who is a black belt martial artist.
Turn around to 36 left.
Okay, Express 705 heavy, runway 36 left, clear to land, clear visual approach 36 left, you are clear to land. The wind is 050 at 8.
Get over here now, hurry!
The thought of not flying was just, I didn't think about it too much from that standpoint, because I thought, I have got to fly. There's no way that I cannot fly. It was an unthinkable type of situation. At about the 2.5-year point, friends were sneaking me into the simulator at night, and having me fly, emergency drills like losing an engine on takeoff at a max gross weight, and I'm in there performing these things because in my mind I'm thinking, I'm going to be back. I was told, well, you have to find something else to do. That's it, game over. I had to change. It was kind of like, it wasn't a change I would have ever done for myself. I would have never chosen to change, but I was at a crossroads, and I could either lay down and die, or I could get up and fight and try to get back and live this thing we call life. And that was a game changer. When that happened, everything changed. It's a wonderful provision that you can go out there and fly an airplane around just like you used to. It might not be as quick as you're used to. I still had the Luscombe, and it was, stored away in a hangar, and people had even taken the time to kind of preserve it for me, It's a 1946 Luscombe, manufactured in Dallas, Texas, by the Don Luscombe. It was actually the Luscombe Corporation, and it was actually set up for mountain flying. And it's a wonderful airplane. There's not a field you can't get out of with that type of performance. To do it well gives me tremendous satisfaction to go out there and do that. Like I say, it's not as high and it's not as fast, but man, when you're down low and flying around and you have the freedom to go where it is that you want to go, it's wonderful. And then of course all the skills that you have to bring to the forefront if it's inclement weather, or you got bad crosswinds, or maybe a tricky strip to get into. So I derive tremendous satisfaction from that. In a lot of ways, it's much more satisfying than the big jets. But to come into a small strip out of the area someplace, maybe it's only one way in and one way out, and you really have to use your head thinking about things. So it's wonderful. It really is.
I'm curious about what your future aviation goals are.
Well, I don't. I certainly just to stay in the air as long as I possibly can. I'd like to, upgrade. We've talked about previously this aircraft that I've got with it. I'd like to upgrade to a larger engine, which I can legally do. And of course, I think one of the big things as far as aviation goes, I think is advocating. For aviation, not so much for myself, but for others. People who want to fly, people who have that desire to go out there and fly. So I think I'm pretty much in the encouraging mode, if you want to call it right now, to those individuals who would want to go out there and fly an airplane and get into aviation. So it's not so much about me anymore, but it's about what I can do to help others get into the aviation community. What does it mean when what you used to do has been taken from you? So someone says, well, Jim, what is it that you do? And I'm like not trying to sound flip, when I say that, but that I'm a child of God. But yeah, that's a very important thing. That's the most important thing, because none of us are getting out of here alive, and certainly when we leave this place, it's not so much what you did as your job as to what type of person you were.